Hello everyone, great to have your company for the VFA Match the Round, and we're back at our central venue, the Port Melbourne ground, and doesn't it look in superb condition, especially when you reflect back to how it looked about 3 weeks ago. It was a quagmire. Well, they've done some terrific work out here, and we have a fine, fast service for this big game. As you heard from John Bell, perhaps a preview of the grand final, Coburg versus Box Hill, separated by 6 points, remembering that Box Hill and Williamstown played a draw earlier in the season. So if Box Hill could win today, they're just half a game away from taking top spot and getting the week's rest, with 1 week of football to go before the finals after today's very important match. And as you heard John also mention, the rest of the ladder really of academic interest. The top 5 is settled. It can change position-wise, but there are the teams that will play out their last 2 games of season 1989 tomorrow and next weekend. Well, Box Hill, captained by Peter Francis, have put themselves in a position where they've got the double chance for the finals. I wonder if they can get that week's rest by taking top spot. Well, if they're ever going to get the opportunity, today's it. I put it to Peter Francis before the match that with Coburg hit by 5 injuries, it was a great opportunity to take a pre-finals psychological advantage over the reigning premiers.
Oh, well, we're looking for a hard game still, Peter. They've got 18 fit men, the same as us, and, 2 legs, 2 arms, and we'll be looking for a real hard contest. They've got a fair bit of depth there, so, the fellas that they've brought up are still good players.
A disappointment against Williamstown. Do you see this as an opportunity to show you can beat the top sides?
I think so, yeah. We were very disappointed with the way we played against Williamstown, especially the first quarter, so we'll be looking to do very well today.
Well, the Coburg Lions, the reigning premiers, they did it in such fine style last year, and right virtually from the first bounce this season they've been to the team to beat, but they've got 5 men out for today's game, and really just 2 weeks before the finals the team should be fine-tuning for those big games in September. Instead, coach Phil Cleary has been working overtime just to get his team out on the paddock.
We had a pretty wild night, Peter. I had the chessboard out trying to work the side. Yeah, 5 blokes out from last week. But anyway, that'll test us. We're supposed to be a good side, and we should be able to cover those players.
Moving to the drier ground after weeks in the mud, did that have anything to do with the injuries?
I think the 2 hamstrings to Rackavollis and Derby could be related to it. But, we've got to wear that. We've got the Seagull back, Jeff Angwin, and he's a mighty player, so we'll look forward to seeing him play well.
Good afternoon, Peter and everybody. Well, the drama is there's a big northerly wind blowing from the north. You can see the goal in the background. Phil Cleary is very worried. I chatted to him just before the match, and he spent a lot of time building up the teams, or building up Coburg. And one man to watch out in the middle, umpire Peter Cameron.
Yes, there he is, Peter Cameron, VFL Grand Final experience, doing his first televised VFA match this afternoon, company with Gary Forster, who the last time we saw Gary, in fact, umpiring was against out at Coburg when they played Box Hill. The last times the teams met in round 10, 13-point winners were Coburg.
Wait for him, Gus.
All right, Peter.
And just before we bounce, the reserves game won by Box Hill by 42 points, so they've taken Coburg's spot in the top 5. So that was a very important one. This is a very important match pre-final series. Umpire Forster holds the ball aloft. As Ross said, quite a strong northerly breeze blowing across the ground towards the Goss stand on the outer side as you look at the action. Knock on from number 1 Mark Wiedemann, and here's Rennett's getting the Lions forward. Awkward bounce. That's Weatherall waiting for it to come to him. He's tapped it off the ground. Kakua missed off the carpet. Here's Reynoldson. Good hard tackling from Box Hill, but they're under pressure. Langan out for Rennett's. He's come right down. 2-on-1 in the goal square. And the mark's taken there. I think it might have been
Banfield.
Banfield. It was the fullback, David Banfield. So Box Hill out of immediate danger. Butterfant was the target on the wing, outmarked by Bassett.
Out of the way, thank you. Out of the way.
That should be just about 50 metres, though he's gone a metre sideways, so it's play on called by umpire Cameron. Here's Banfield again. Francis handing the ball off. Hicks. Oh, bad handball, put his teammate right under pressure. Then he gets into his back, Hicks. Talk about making the job difficult. Allison couldn't get the ball away. They're very desperate, both sides.
Come away the side quicker, son. Must come away the side.
The Lung, while playing against Box Hill in round 10, Gumley at half forward for Coburg. Kakua. Again, it's 2-on-1 at full forward. Oh, roving is Ingram. No talking from Box Hill. Langan to punish them. Yes. Well, that's the one time when numbers didn't win out. First goal on the board for the Lions after 5 minutes. Good pace there from John. Squaring kick. Oh, just trying to get it over the head of Bassett, couldn't do so. Sheldon been in everything. Away goes Eade, also very conspicuous. The vice-captain to captain, Nimmo. Ingram judged that well. They've got a goal here. Reynoldson can run it right in. Had a good game last week, Greg Reynoldson. Gets his first goal of the afternoon. 14 minutes up, and Coburg have got both majors so far in the match. Well, the half-back line's really dominating at the moment as Zarafa takes a nice gully catch. And there's Bill Della, the Director of Umpiring Coaching. I'm not sure that that's the exact title, and he's there with the VFA hierarchy. We spoke to Bill during our half-time break a few weeks ago, watching umpires Cameron and Forster today. Reeves has it spoiled, but Burke's the man down. There's their first goal. And it's Burke, who kicked 6 last week, who got it. And Reeves had 2 men trying to spoil him, and Burke was free to kick the goal.
The Moz on Hibbs, he gets a bad bounce, a little soft there. 9 possessions for the quarter. In comes Gumley, still a chance for the Mustangs. Zarafa in front, Burke. Roll Rove Reeves, goal coming up, yes! And so, late in the term, Box Hill do hit the front.
Yeah, it was probably a poor option of Eads centering the ball across to Gumley when there was so many Box Hill players, but Reeves has certainly been the prominent forward.
Oh, I must confess I missed that too.
Allison playing for the free. Butterfin. Well done, Francis. Oh, he's got distance. The breeze is going to bring this back. Might not get quite the distance. Well shepherded on the line by Nicholson. And Peter Francis does the job for the Mustangs.
That was deliberate too. Brilliant shot at goal. Bounce pass from Renitsa Shocker to Taranto. Kakua. Ingram back to him. Great play. Kakua to within 15. Well, inspirational Billy Kakua. They couldn't do it with handball box, Coburg. They did it with sheer pace from that man, Kakua. His first goal, and the first goal of the term for Coburg comes up at the 14-minute mark.
That's contributing to the low scoring. This clash between first and second on the VFA ladder. Allison the snap. The wind will get hold of it. Oh, Mo Weatherall's held his ground. Brown lost his. Second mark.
Can take them away from him.
Now Weatherall plays on. Will he allow the breeze?
Oh, I tell you what.
He has. Clever play, Brett Weatherall. Kicks his first goal. And coach Phil Cleary will be very happy. And draws the player. Burke. Long one, but Reeves is caught behind. Does well to spoil. Zarafa, quick hands. Well done, Laurie Zarafa. That's a very good goal.
Their own worst enemies, Coburg there. Angwin, unfortunately, just knocking the ball away from Nimmo.
His head, I think.
Keeps it low into the breeze.
Oh,
could be a free kick for Bolton. A little bit of frustration from the Lion backs there. Paul Bolton. Now, that's good work from the captain coach. He kicked a brilliant goal into this breeze. On the run, admittedly, he's instructed Bolton. Not a bad effort. Now, Box Hill starting to make the most of the opportunities now. 5 goals, 10, plays 4 goals, 2. The difference now is 13 points.
How many possessions Reynoldson had, Paul, please?
Thank you.
6.
Bolton spirals it right up to the line. It hasn't been touched. Paul Bolton kicks one from outside 50, his second. And Box Hill now starting to stretch the lead. It's taken a while for them to find the target, but they're now 20 points clear. Well, they've got a pretty hard one too against Oakley.
No, they haven't.
I think,
Sandringham, Box Hill, which they'll should win on exposed form.
Albin's kick. Good mark.
Weatherall.
Excellent, Brett Weatherall.
He's going to paint that scenario, Pete. You're right.
Yep.
not beyond the realms of possibility that they will finish on top. They win today, and Preston's going to be a danger game for Coburg at Preston, Ross.
You got any humble pie in those?
Weatherald goes for his second, and he's got it from an identical position. Well, didn't they need that one, the Lions?
To sit on this guy, Peter, because Box Hill really look forward to him for leadership. What a great mark, Reynolds.
Yep, he's never going to let that one through. Now here's Taranto, shepherding from Bassett. Taranto has to go over the head now. Weatherald, Ingram's back there. Doing a terrific mark. That's a free kick. O'Neill there, pulling Ingram off the ball. He was nowhere near in possession. A bit of inexperience. 11th possession for Ken Ingram, and it's a very important one. Can they get that goal? Sam said was going to be so vital at the start of this term for them. Would have been a terrific mark with the fight of the ball. It was really a bit indisciplined from O'Neill. Ingram's punished, he and Box Hill. Ken Ingram gets his first goal of the match, the all-important opener in the third term. To Gumley though, throws them off his trail. Kakua, what a brave mark!
And look at Billy looking for an opening. What a courageous mark, Peter, you're right. The little fellow's got a heart as big as himself.
And Weatherald held off Brown there very well. The lead comes from Reynolds. Burt is distraught about letting
trying to hide himself too, Peter.
This man's class get away from him. 18th possession for Tim Reynolds.
Can't television be a cruel thing? There's just no escape.
This would put the Burgers within 3 points. Tim Reynolds gets his first of the afternoon. 2 goals kicked in the quarter in 4 minutes, both of them going Coburg's way.
Really persisting. Oh, gets a good bump from Allison. Kakura at the base with Hocking. O'Neill persists. Oh, bad hand pass though. Lets in Taranto, the tank to Bassett with Langan. Oh, brilliant running by Burke. Sheldon should have been freed. Bassett persists. Got the fumbles though. Gets clear. Now Langan. He's kicked one early, and that's number 2 for Reece Langan. And Coburg hit the front.
Well, they said he deserved that, Ross. See, they worked hard for that ball.
Well, we've had 3 straight goals kicked in this term, all by Coburg. Zarafa for Box Hill. Through the eye of the needle to Bolton. Oh, it wasn't meant for Butterfant. He stole it, got it to Preston. Here's the answer. Paul Preston kicks his first goal. And the lead goes back to the Mustangs by 3 points.
Into the middle. Banfield in front. Didn't quite bring it down. Steaming through. Preston. Good play. There's Butterfant on the end. Lining up the goals. And he's put it through. Well done, David Butterfant. His first goal, but he's threatened for some time today. Congratulations to Bolton and Gleeson.
There is Wiedemann against Hocking. Allison. Brown. Shut him down. Good play. The fullback deserves the free kick.
Well, this is going to further compound Allison's problems because he's been frustrated all during that second quarter, and now his problems are further continuing, and now he's been given the ultimate penalty of a 50-metre one.
Well, Tony Brown putting in that tackle on the wing. Now he will shoot from just outside the 50-metre zone. Is he having a run on the ball, Sam, do you think, or has he just followed his man up? It's a beautiful pass. Zarafa hit on the chest by a rifle bullet. So Laurie Zarafa will shoot from 40 metres. 45-degree angle, 21st possession. He makes it count. Doesn't miss too many, Zarafa. Second goal. And from a slow start in the term for Box Hill, they're 14 points up now, just 1 point less than their half-time lead. We've played 20.5 minutes, third quarter.
Kappa took one.
Swung wide to Hicks.
I knew you'd always find the exception.
Nicholson. Bit of confidence now in the Mustang play.
Oh.
It's found Reeves behind the pack. I don't think he was the target. Doesn't matter. Reeves gets his second, and Box Hill go to a 21-point lead 22 minutes into the third term. Well, it was Coburg who came out with the first 2 goals of the term. Coburg flung forward, the knock-on from Butterfant. Clever play from Bassett there. Nicholson, everything going for the Mustangs. This would be a brilliant goal on the run. Oh! Unbelievable! A running banana that was never going to miss.
A running banana.
Oh.
Well, a man who has played over 100 games in a row, he would have never kicked a goal like this, I'm sure.
Either a training, I would say.
He could try it again. Look at Angwood. Did you see him in the foreground there? Couldn't believe it.
Chip to the tank, Taranto. Hold him up. You won't want him to get past. Wiedemann now propping it full forward. Taranto seeks him. Ball held up in the breeze.
Keeping him out. Kick Weed.
And Wiedemann's getting the free kick.
That's a very good decision. Very good decision. Shepherding him out.
Allison it is.
No, Wiedemann, I think.
After all that.
Yes. Gee, this is a badly needed goal.
And he steers it through. Well done. Reduces the margin to 21 points after nearly 30 minutes of the third quarter.
Time. Wiedemann works it back into play. O'Neill flips it over to Brown. Away from Reynoldson. Good pass. Butterfan finding Burke. It's Box Hill who might get the goal before the siren. Reeves will make the distance, no worries. And the accuracy. Third goal for Michael Reeves, second in the term, and they're back to 27 points in front. Thanks, Len. Here's another VFA coach in a hot seat right now, Phil Cleary. So are his players. Let's have a listen.
Smother them in every contest. Run the ball. Speed it out. Let's pound the goals. Go for it. Let's go.
Captain Nimmo looks for Reynoldson. Angwin. Albin. Ingrid looks for Gumley and gets him 45 metres out from goal, directly in front.
I got it. You're right on the mark.
Coburg might well get up, but Phil Cleary, and he sensed this before the match. 5 changes to the side from last week. Worried before the game. Worried now. Gumley gives it everything he's got and kicks a very good goal. It's his first.
And it's one of the few times Coburg have actually ran the ball from the full-back line and scored without Box Hill touching the ball.
Goes again. Allison trying to match it with pace with Hicks. It's run loose. Banfield goes chasing Kakur. And good play from David Banfield, and don't the Box Hill faithful enjoy that. Left his man and wasn't going to let Kakur get it. Well, if Box Hill could win this, it would be some very pleasant celebrations down there at the Box Hill ground tomorrow. But it's Reynolds looking to make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, Wiedemann strong. Banfield couldn't spoil that man.
Is that reminiscent of the 60s? Hey, it's a chip off the old block, isn't he? Superb strength.
That's the task. And equal to it, Mark Wiedemann. Second goal. Coburg get a little bit closer.
Actually, it's been a good move of Liston in the ruck because the contrasting styles of both Liston and Wiedemann. Wiedemann reliant on bulk and strength as opposed to the athleticism of Liston. He's causing Hocking a few more concerns because he can jump. He's done well, Nimmo, back there. He's been a solid four-quarter contributor.
Like Preston disappearing behind the bench there. Angwin, brave mark. And he just trying to protect that knee a little bit as he got up there.
Oh, great vision.
Reddit swinging it to Gumley. Well caught by Laurie. Weatherall knocks for Kakua. Away from Hicks. Billy Kakua, magic! The goal should count, I think.
Yes.
Two for Billy Kakua. And both brilliant goals. Everything he's touching lately turning to gold. And the Coburg crowd starting to find voice, and why not after this?
Yes, Gumley. Hurried kick under pressure. Weatherall did well, knocking the ball out. And there's Billy. Isn't he exciting? Oh, and the quick snap. Oh, and just a little how do you do on the way through. But Billy wouldn't feel the pain.
Back to 9 points, Allison. Oh, dangerous. Wiedemann might shepherd this through. He doesn't have to. Oh, the Lions, 4 goals in 3 minutes.
Well, is this a marked contrast to the first 3 quarters?
As close as you can get, Sam.
Well, I think they are almost as close as they can be.
Here's Weatherall. He'll shepherd now for Bassett. That was Eade running loose. Bassett's seen Kakua. Allison, lovely gather. Gleeson. Hocking has the pressure on. There's the back pocket. Sheldon up there fighting. Bassett now. Time to steady. Put the Lions in front.
Well, what a superb display, and they really are deserving of top billing, aren't they? They are the reigning premiers, top side. They really did look all over but out at 3/4 time. Obviously, Cleary got into his charges, and, you know, what a wonderfully disciplined side they are to respond in the manner in which they have. And there's Bassett, you know, been a fair contributor, played quite solidly, and then to cap it off with a fine left-foot goal. But they've been far more desperate, and the thing that's really prevalent is the fact that there's so many options. They're starting to run like the Coburg of old.
Comes Allison, brilliantly done. Over the top, sets up Weatherall, but he fumbles. Still in support, Kakua. Space he finds. Looks for the hand pass.
Billy! Like Billy the Kid, is he, Roscoe?
3rd goal, Billy Kakua.
And look at Billy's... Oh, he's about 6 foot tall. Look at that chest. Ah, superb play. They really are a good side, aren't they? I mean, so prior to the game we said, well, their side's been decimated through injury, and really the only guy that could be assured of an automatic selection out of that injury list would be probably Peter Darby.
Only as far as Zarafa. Bolton. Gleeson out to Holt. Let's see if he's better on the run. He is. Their first goal of the term comes up at the 26.5-minute mark, and not a lot of celebration from the Mustang fold. Francis, centre of the ground. It's Hicks for the Mustangs. Loose man, Bolton. 50 metres out from goal into the breeze. Good effort from Paul Bolton. Rover is Reeves. They're a point down.
Well, what a ball game now, Pete. Surely there can't be that much time on in the game. We've played exactly 28.25 minutes. So there's still plenty of time for Box Hill to bounce back and win it.
Well, all of a sudden thoughts go to the Willie Box Hill game. The first time they met, they played a draw.
Here we see it on replay. Bolton, the quick kick forward, this is what did it. And Reeves, after a quiet 3rd quarter and quiet last quarter, did the job down there.
Allison. A goal here and they'd win it, Coburg. Used his body, Wiedemann, but Hicks is the rover. Plenty of Box Hill players here. Nicholson, no one to go to. It's all Coburg all of a sudden. Allison, hasn't he lifted his game in the last term? Reynoldson. Wiedemann got a hand to it. Battling with incredible tenacity, but no free kick. The dying swan now goes to do the ruck work.
Just a bit too big, Mark, to
You're trying to con the umpire.
We've played almost 29.5 minutes. Zarafa, what's offering? Gleason's the target. Held it well. Bolton took out Sheldon as well. They've got to get it moving quickly. Butterfant. Good gather, caught by Reynolds. Could have nearly been in the back. A point ahead of Coburg. Into attack they go through Reynoldson. Oh, not a lack of talk from Box Hill. Kakur wanting to draw Banfield. He gets around him instead. 2 points the difference. And they've really got to man up now, Coburg, and make sure that the ball doesn't come from full-back cleanly. We've played over half an hour. And one would think that they've weathered this late burst, Coburg. Got a string of possession from Box Hill, and they could still do it. Look at Butterfant, way down from half forward. Determination all over his face. Angwin and Ingram spoil one another. Nicholson to Reeves. Sheldon the pressure on him, and he's given the free kick away. There it is. Reeves has to kick the goal from 55 metres into the breeze.
Stay there, he's going to have his kick. Stay there, he's going to have his kick. Stay there.
Off the ground, Roscoe. Well, he can hoof the ball, Sam.
He can kick a ball.
Well, what do you do in this situation? Just relax, I think, not try and kick it too hard.
Malcolm Blight did it against Carlton one day at Princes Park.
He also kicked one out on the full, too. There it is. Coburg have won it by 2 points. Sewn up top spot on the ladder in the week's rest. Box Hill throwing everything at them, but alas, it came in the last 4 minutes of time on. Got within a point. Another behind from Kakur, and 2 points the final victory margin for Coburg. And what a performance from them. They came from 27 points down at three-quarter time.
It really was, and there's Coach Cleary with Robbie Evans.
And in amongst the huddle with the A&A man of the match, Ross Booth.
Well, Gary Sheldon here, the man of the match. He was standing on the mark. Aidan Toomey, the marketing manager, will present the trophy while we have the chat. Aidan.
Congratulations, Gary, from A&A. Well, thanks very much.
Great match. Gee, they came. What a comeback by you guys.
Yeah, well, Box Hill, good side. You know, that's finals, isn't it? That's what it's going to be about. 2 good sides battled out today. Well, we were on top. Now we're laughing.
You weren't slacking those first 3 quarters. That mean you personally, but the team.
You know, it's been a long year to keep coming up each week, week after week, and it is hard. But, you know, we just keep fighting back and we win the close ones. That's all you got to do.
Well, you sure do. It just shows you the strength of the Lions. Now, let's go back to Len Thompson at VFL Park.
Well, out here, Collingwood, in front of 42,000 people, have taken this game, and certainly I would consider them set for a position in the 5. They'll beat Richmond. Richmond dismally kicking only 3 goals against Footscray today, and then West Coast Eagles of Victoria Park. It was Gavin Brown, I thought, was the outstanding player today. Consistently over 4 quarters, just kept the ball up forward into the forward line. They had Fitzroy were at loss really when they only had 18. Well, they had 18 on the ground and only 17 of those in reasonable fitness. Rowe was off the ground, and we had Osman was carried off the ground, so they had some trouble. The final scores out here: 14-20, 104 Collingwood, 10-11, 71. Fitzroy. In our other matches, we've got Melbourne 14-13, 97 to Sydney Swans 12-14, 86. Carlton got him by a point, 20-13, 133 to St Kilda 20-12, 132. Essendon 19-14, 128. North Melbourne 17-10, 112. And the last match, as I mentioned, Richmond 3-11, 29. Must be problems in Tigerland. Footscray 15-17, 107.
Thanks, Len Thompson. Well, a few of the favoured teams getting a bit of a fright there. Coburg got a fright in the last 4 minutes of time on here, but before that they'd done incredibly well to wrestle back a 27-point lead. They went out to, what was it, about a 14-point lead themselves, until that final excitement. But Box Hill haven't beaten Coburg or Williamstown heading towards the final, Sam Kekovich.
No, which I think would be a worry to the Brains Trust of Box Hill. Psychologically, it's not the ideal situation on the eve of finals. They will find it very difficult, and I still maintain that last quarter of football we just witnessed was one of the best quarters of football we've seen all year. And I really would like to commend young Jared Liston in that ruck. It was a gem of a move, playing Liston in the ruck and Wiedemann to fall forward. It really did work, and it really got the momentum going. And as a consequence, we got guys like Allison back in the game.
That's right.
The running players, the half-back line really excelled.
OK, well, let's go into the rooms with Ross Booth.
Well, Phil, the boys are very happy. You were very worried before the match, and with reason, I guess, up till three-quarter time.
Well, when you have 5 players out of 18 out of the side from one week to the next, I mean, you really got a difficult task. We had to cover those players. I didn't think we played well at any stage until the last quarter, or, you know, the sections of the last quarter were very good. I mean, their ability to fight games out and to win when they're down is just remarkable, really.
What is so special about this club? I heard you before the match saying special things about it.
Well, I suppose they're the premiership club, and I've said so many times they set their standards very high. They simply don't like losing. And I mean, I think it was a great performance when you consider Box Hill really had the running, but to fight back like they did without our big guns in the game is a tremendous credit to the players. I don't know what it is. We've got a special quality at the club. We have to be the premiership side, you know, and it's very encouraging.
Well, Phil Cleary, he's done it again. Coburg winners by, was it 1 point, Phil?
1, I think, yeah.
Back to you, Peter.
Might have been 2 in the end, I think. But there are tomorrow's matches in VFA Round 19. The important game, perhaps a preview of the elimination final at Springvale. Springvale play host to Frankston. But go out and see some live VFA action tomorrow afternoon if you get the chance. And next Saturday, our final game before the finals, Willie and Springy at Williamstown.